Hi everyone, I'm here in the middle of London, believe it or not, in a stable yard with the very infamous Mr. Richard Dunwoody. A lot of you will know him as a jockey, but he's obviously been doing an awful lot this year. So over to you, Richard. Now you've arrived today with your little outfit on. Where have you been? You've just got off a plane,
just got back from Irkutsk, actually, which is in the middle of Siberia.
Okay.
It was minus 34 it wasn't this morning when we left, which was
so
about
no wonder you're not cold
9
today,
o'clock.
then.
Yes, 9 o'clock yesterday evening when we left. So we've been nearly 16, 17 hours travelling.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really good way. I was out there. I was helping to recce a new race that a friend of mine. I'm an ambassador for his company. He has adventure races all around the world, such as the South Pole race that James Cracknell and Ben Fogle did.
Right.
He ran the Top Gear program when they went up to the magnetic North Pole. And he's looking at running a big race out in Russia, which, all being well, looks a fantastic venue. Lake Baikal in the middle of Siberia looks brilliant.
Amazing. And how can people find out more information about
there's
that
a site to go to. I think if they go to the Polar Challenge, they'll definitely get onto get onto the site. Extreme World Races.
Now, going back a few years, obviously we know you in the equestrian world as being a very famous jockey. When did that end? You've been doing so much.
Yeah,
over the last few years.
I had to retire. I had an injury. I had to retire in '99. I actually had an office just around the corner in Wimbledon. Did a little bit of sports marketing for about a year and a half, and then since then just been sort of doing various things. I speak motivationally now. I work for a riding holiday or adventure holiday firm, and I lead riding holidays for Wild Frontiers, which are based down in Fulham with Johnny Bilby, and we've been to some amazing places over the last sort of six years. I've been with them. Been to Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan a lot. Mongolia I'm going again next year, and we actually went into Afghanistan, into the Wakhan corridor a couple of years ago as well. So yeah, a lot of fun on those holidays as well.
Now obviously we've seen you on the TV very recently in Strictly Come Dancing. How was it? Tell us about it.
It was the most, I was saying, all these different adventures I've been on, doing South Pole and Magnetic North as well, but I have to say that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And I got a call. We were doing a riding holiday in Mongolia, and I literally came into this village and suddenly my phone, turned my mobile on. I had no service, of course, in the middle of the steppe, and then went into this village. Suddenly my phone starts vibrating, and all these messages coming through. Oh, they need you. They strictly need you back. And literally, I came back for one day. I went back to Mongolia, and 2 days after that, I was working on something called the Mongol Derby, which they run over there, a 1,000-kilometre race. So I was consulting on that for the weekend. Came back on the Monday, went straight in the studio with Lelia, and I had 3 weeks flat out trying to get me to dance. It was an amazing time. It was, amazing experience.
Now, as a rider, obviously you have to have a lot of balance and a lot of skill. Did it help? Was there any
connection? The only thing is you keep your legs and you keep your feet in one place when you're on the back of a horse, or hopefully you do, because otherwise you're off it.
Would you do it again?
I would not say no to doing it. Definitely, I think that's what. Would you if you were offered again? Yeah, you couldn't turn something like that down. It's just an amazing experience. I didn't realise just quite how hard it would be. But the training, we did about 6 hours. Some days we're doing about 6 hours training a day.
So are you getting your own back on Lilia now, teaching her how to?
I am sort of, but she has to get those heels down. Well, too many cameras around. I can't take her out and tell her what I really think. But
okay.
But
now you've got a book out as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
And the book came out during the autumn, so that was just another thing that was going on all the way through the summer, and then with Strictly as well. But it's just basically some of the expeditions I've done through the last sort of 10 years, and talks about that, and then obviously talks a bit about the Strictly and a walk I did during the summer as well. So yeah, that's going well.
A busy man, hey. Now, just to finish off, what would you say to people watching this to get them interested in horses? And obviously you're from the racing world. There's so many different disciplines. What would you say to get them up
I think Lilia's sort of said, she just loves coming. It's not just the exercise, core exercise and everything of riding, but anyone can do it at any age. And I met someone from the stables here, Carol and Caroline. They run a fantastic show, but I met a guy who started riding well into his 60s for the first time, And he came the other day and just had such a big smile on his face. He'd been out for a ride on the common. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I thought that just says it. Anyone can do it any time, really.
Fabulous. Well, Richard Dunwoody, I hope to keep in touch. We'll keep a track on all these mad adventures you're going on. But in the meantime, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Cheers.